How the fuck did that happen? How the fuck did that happen? Damn it. All right, give me a second, guys. I gotta go check on the... All right, looks like the live stream. Looks like I hit the wrong button. It looks like that was my fault, but no big deal. No big deal. Let's see what we got. Yeah, I accidentally cut. Oh, no, wait a minute. Oh, looks like we're back on. No, yes? Are we back? Hang on, guys. Whoa. Hang on, guys. Ah, I see what happened. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Hold on. No, YouTube didn't fall. I accidentally hit a button. I accidentally hit the kill the live stream button. So let me go in here and okay, there we go. All right, well, it looks like we're okay. Yeah, guys, that was actually on me. That was on me. Let's see here. Hang on, guys. I gotta edit the thumbnail. Yeah, that was my bad, guys. I accidentally hit the kill the live stream button. All right, there we go. Yeah, my apologies, guys. I hit the... There we go. There we go. All right. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Let me make sure everything is... Let me make sure all my I's are dotted and T's are crossed. Good Lord. I'm all over the place here, y'all. Yeah, that was on me, guys. That wasn't a glitch in the Matrix. I actually hit the wrong button. So I guess this will be the de facto part 2. There we go. Okay, we're good to go now. Okay, very good. So I've got 2 of these going. Okay, there it is. No, it wasn't a Matrix. It was not a Matrix attack, guys. It was not a Matrix attack. That was actually on me. I literally killed the stream. And all right, very good. All right. Okay, I think we're good to go now. All right, very good. My apologies, guys. That was on me. What happened was I did something that made the like something happened with my phone that was there. It is. That is crazy. What about here? Wow, look at that. Watch this. This is just me playing around, but I did this, and I saw this the other day. Does it work like that? No? Thick Malad says, that was too funny. There it is. There it is again. How about that? I've heard that there are some other, like you can do like the heart too. Oh my God. Look at this. Look, if it's directly at the screen, it'll do it. So I figured this one out, right? And then there's this. Okay, guys, huge favor. I need you guys to tell me how I can do those effects. Because I only know of two of them right now, and those are the only two. But holy crap, that was freaking awesome. Yeah, when it's not behind the mic, if I'm looking, see, this is at an angle, right? So I'll do this. Wow, that is so cool. And then, see, because of, dude, the peace sign. No? I know that one works. No, I guess, is it not working anymore? Oh, there it is. And then there's the heart. I've seen that happen before. The peace sign? Oh, the middle finger? All right. No, that's not working. The peace sign? Two thumbs up, I'm being told. Looks like the two thumbs up is not working. Oh my God! Oh my goodness! Dude, that's crazy! Oh my God! Oh my God, that's fucking crazy! Yo! Let's do that again. Yo! Look at that! Oh, this is great! Oh, that's fucking awesome! Yeah, it only looks like the, that was crazy. That was absolutely, dude. Wow. Listen, I need more of these. So guys, listen, at me, okay? I want you to at me. Orange my name so that I'll see what they are. Wow, I've never ever known that. That is, I mean, I've seen it like on TV and stuff, but I never knew that they actually did it. Disagree? Pull up. I'm going to put the link for you to pull up one more time. The only one that really seems to work consistently is this one, which of course, it doesn't surprise anybody. Let's try. Dude, this is awesome. Come on now. Yeah, it looks like it is pretty temperamental, right? The two thumbs up were, dude, that was the cool one. Of course, now that I'm trying to do it, I can't do it. All right, anyway, so let's read through, let's go ahead and read through this lawsuit, guys. Let's go ahead and read through this lawsuit here. And again, if you disagree, hashtag pull up. I do apologize for killing the other stream. That was my bad. But here we go. So the last sentence here says, this case thus represents yet another line in a long line of cases chronicling the toxic culture at Fox, marked by bad faith promises and repeated failures to address a poisonous and entrenched patriarchy. Before, I made the egregious mistake of making my thumbs up and then killing the pot and then, killing the stream. What this tells me, guys, is that this is a disgruntled employee. Okay? Miss Fagi was clearly promised by her and this is just me talking. I think that what's happened is that Miss Fagi, the former hair and makeup girl, I think she was promised by Joy Taylor that, listen, when I go to the top, I'm taking you to the top. You can work at FS. You're going to work on this show and that show. When those promises did not come to pass, that's when she decided to file this lawsuit. Anytime you want to get the dirt on a company, find a disgruntled employee, right? Find an employee who has an axe to grind. If you find an employee who has an axe to grind, you're going to get the truth, or at least some variation of the truth. The whole patriarchy line, that's just a part of our feminist culture. And the interesting thing is this is a legal document, guys. This is a legal document. We got legal documents that now talk about the patriarchy. Scott B says the first paragraph in summary was Matrix speak for she didn't get her way all the time. Yeah, we'll see. Number 2. It says Ms. Fagi also brings forth an action on behalf of herself and Fox's current and former non-exempt hourly employees employed in California, class members, beginning 4 years prior to the filing of this complaint and ending on the date dismissed by the court. Specifically, during the class period, Fox had a consistent policy and or practice of failing to pay employees minimal wages, failing to pay employees all overtime wages, failing to reimburse employees for business expenses, failing to pay all wages upon separation, and knowingly and intentionally failing to furnish accurate and itemized wage statements. As a result of the labor code violations, Fox committed unfair, unlawful, and fraudulent business practices in the violation of California's unfair corporation law. Yeah, none of that means anything to me. None of that means anything to me. I think the reason why this woman is suing FS1 is because they promised her, to some degree, the bag, and they didn't give it to her. They promised her the bag, and they didn't give it to her. And as we go on, you will see further evidence of this, according to this particular document. Number 3, the venue is proper because Ms. Fagi was hired to work out of and did work out of Los Angeles. In addition, blah 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 blah. The parties. Okay, so this is where the players are. This is where the rubber meets the road. Okay, this is where the rubber meets the road. We're about to find out who all the players are in this lawsuit. The first sentence is Ms. Fagi was a resident of Los Angeles, California for all the times relevant during the events of this case. She was employed at Fox as a hairstylist on a part-time basis from approximately 2012 to 2016, on a full-time basis from 2016 to August of 2024. The defendant is Fox Corporation, a Delaware corporation, doing business in LA, California. Defendant Fox Corporation is a public blah 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 blah. There it is. Here's another defendant. Defendant Charlie Dixon is the executive vice president of content for FS1, Fox's flagship multi-sport national network, overseeing all content and production on the work. Mr. Dixon was, in July 2016, the very first significant hiring of former Fox president Jamie Horowitz, who was terminated from Fox Sports due to reports of sexual harassment. At all relevant times, Mr. Dixon was an agent of Fox. He had the authority to make decisions impacting Ms. Faragi's employment. Upon information and belief, Mr. Dixon is a resident of the state of California. Okay. Some guy in the chat says, Nushin is just another 304 in Los Angeles. Yeah, she probably is. Let's see. Phoenix Light Game says, so basically this is another Andrew Tate situation. No, guys. No. I want to make this clear. I'm not going to say that everything that is in this lawsuit is 100% accurate, because like I said, this was written by her attorney. This was written by her lawyer, right? So the lawyer is going to carefully talk about things. He's going to embellish things. He's going to say certain things in a certain type of way. Like, did Skip Bayless really offer $1.5 million to smash? My guess is probably not, right? But that doesn't mean, you guys are all right. She's a salty 304, blah, 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 blah. And we all know that when women don't get what they want, we all know that they like to sue and they like to blame the patriarchy and misogyny. Guys, I'm here to tell you, reserve your judgment. Look, there might not be any innocent parties in this. I'm not going to sit here and say that Nushin Fagi is the victim in all this. I'm not going to say that she was. She probably had her hand in this to some degree, right? But just because she is a salty 304 who, didn't get the bag does not mean she's not telling the truth. So just, like I said, I'm just asking you guys, keep an open mind. Keep an open mind. Defendant Skip Bayless is a sports columnist, commentator, and television personality who worked for Fox on his show Skip and Shannon Undisputed from 2016 to August 24th. 2024. In March 21, Mr. Bayless signed a 4-year, $32 million contract with Fox at all relevant times. Mr. Bayless was an agent of Fox and had the authority to make decisions impacting Ms. Faragi's employment. Upon information and belief, Mr. Bayless is a resident of the state of California. Here's another defendant. George Richard just gives us breaking news. The Raiders just fired Antonio Pierce. I appreciate that. Thank you very much for that, George. We all knew Antonio Pierce was probably out the door. He's probably out the door. Antonio Pierce, listen, I think Antonio Pierce would make a very good defensive coordinator, right? But at this time, he's clearly not a very good head coach. That doesn't mean that he can't be a good head coach in the future, but I just think this job was too big for him. And listen, Max Crosby and Devontae Adams, they wrote for their guy. They told him, hey, look, man, if Antonio's not our guy, we're not coming to camp. Mark Davis folded, and now we have this situation. Yes, breaking news. Antonio Pierce has been fired by the Raiders. I don't think anybody is surprised by that. All right. Keeping on. Defendant Joy Taylor is a media personality and television host for Fox. She co-hosts the show Speak on FS1. At all relevant times, Miss Taylor was an agent of Fox and had the authority to make decisions, blah, 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 blah. That's just kind of the way this is. And now they talk about blah, 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 Discovery, blah, 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 blah. Now, this might be blah, 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 but I want to go through this because this adds context. While not currently named as defendants herein, Mark Silverman, president and CEO of Fox Sports, and Eric Shanks, CEO and executive producer of Fox Sports, may become named defendants based upon discovery yet to be adduced in this action concerning their involvement with respect to Ms. Faragi's claims. On information and belief, Mr. Silverman and Mr. Shanks were made privy to or should have been privy to all significant employment decisions and personnel's related investigations related to misconduct and or sexual harassment by Fox Sports executives and talent. Further, on information and belief, Mr. Silverman and Mr. Shanks, along with Fox's legal team, worked hard to protect perpetrators by forcing individuals who are witnesses to or targets of misconduct and or harassment to sign non-disclosure agreements upon separation from employment. So it appears that they're going after the people that, quote unquote, covered this up. Ms. Faragi is ignorant of the true names, capacities, relationships, and extent of participation in the conduct herein alleged. I don't believe that. The defendant sued herein does 1 through 25, but is informed and believed, blah, 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 blah. Okay. So here now is where the rubber meets the road. Here's where the rubber meets the road. Yes, Brock Bowers, hot take. Brock Bowers, best tight end in football. Best tight end in football, and at this point, I don't think it's particularly close. Here we go, guys. So this is the meat and potatoes of the situation. In 2003, Ms. Faragi began to work at Jose Eber Hair Salon, a sophisticated salon providing cutting-edge styling and coloring techniques and treatments to high-profile clients. Around 2010, Ms. Faragi was introduced by a coworker at the salon to Gail Berman, the former president of entertainment for Fox Broadcasting Company, and Dana Walden, the former CEO of Fox Television Group. Shortly thereafter, Ms. Faragi began accompanying the coworker to do Ms. Walden and Mrs. Berman's hair at their homes and on the premises of Fox. Over time, as Ms. Faragi's coworker became busy with other clients, he sent Ms. Faragi on her own to do their hair at their homes and on the premises of Fox. So this is sort of how she rose through the ranks here. In approximately 2012, a makeup stylist who would do Ms. Walden's and or Ms. Berman's makeup when Ms. Faragi worked on their hair recommended Ms. Faragi for a position at Fox. Fox then hired Ms. Faragi as a part-time employee. When hired, Ms. Faragi was asked to bring her own tools for work. She would later discover that all of her coworkers received a kit fee, for bringing tools of their own. However, she would not receive a kit fee until 2019, approximately 7 years after she started working at Fox. In addition, while Miss Fagi was a, quote, hairstylist, her supervisor, Gina Peretti, also requested that she do the job duties of a barber, cutting hair. When Miss Fagi complained to her union, they told her that while cutting hair was not in her contract, Miss Peretti was known to be difficult, and it was just best to comply with her requests. Accordingly, throughout her tenure, Miss Fagi styled and cut her hair. So already we can see that Miss Fagi is being a little bit petty here, right? She's being a little bit petty here. This woman they did this woman a favor. They did this woman a favor. We're going to hire you part-time at FS1, at Fox Sports 1. Okay? We're going to hire you at FS1. But instead of her actually thanking her lucky stars to even be there, well, the other girls were assigned, they got a kit fee. They didn't have to pay a kit fee. Why do I have to pay a kit fee? Sweetheart, you're not special. Someone did you a favor by putting you on in the first place. And the first thing you do there is go to the union? So already you guys can see that Miss Fagi sort of has a penchant for going to higher ups and complaining about this, that, or the third. That does not mean that her claims are false or had bad intentions or anything like that. But now we're starting to understand, okay, from our perspective, okay, this woman seems to be very, very keen on reporting things she doesn't like. Okay, so the woman wanted you to cut and trim her hair. Big fucking deal, right? Like seriously? Like you're going to complain. Okay, you're doing the makeup and everything. Now she wants you to do her hair. Well, according to the union, we're not supposed to do her hair. The union told her the right thing. They said, look, man, you're probably going to have to do some things that are a little bit out of the job description. And hair and makeup kind of go hand in hand, right? There are hair and makeup girls all over the place. Get over it. Let's continue. In 2016, Fox hired Miss Fagi as a full-time hairstylist. So B says Mr. Dixon gives Miss Taylor Undisputed as a reward for having sex with him. Gentlemen, this is where the bodies are buried. Okay? Couple of things we know to be true at this point. John Jones says, was Miss Fagi smashing Shannon Sharp? I think yes. I think she probably was too. Ice Dragon Kid says, can't do women favors. Absolutely. The more you do for a woman, the more she complains, the more she wants. That's just modern women. That's a tale as old as time itself. Unfortunately. So now we're about to get into the tea. This is where she sort of spills the beans on what was really going on behind the scenes at Fox Sports. In approximately March of 2016, Miss Fagi met Miss Taylor, an aspiring sports personality that had recently moved from Miami to Los Angeles for the opportunity of airtime at Fox. At the time, Miss Taylor did not have a regular position, but would fill in on a day-by-day basis when talent was sick or otherwise missed time. Miss Taylor told Miss Fagi that she was recently wed, but her husband remained in Miami and that she was lonely in Los Angeles. Miss Taylor then befriended Miss Fagi. Oh boy. So it says here that Joy Taylor got married in 2016, but then moved to Miami. Guys, this is why I tell you, never commit to a woman who regularly travels for work. Never commit to women who travel, period. Have your fun with them, okay? Have sex with them, do the situationship. You cannot be friends with women who travel all the time. You guys see these Instagram girls? These little TikTok Instagram girls, they're always at some sort of event or blah, 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 blah. Guys are throwing dick at them all the time. This woman got married in Miami, but then decided to live in Los Angeles. Of course you're lonely in Los Angeles. You want to be a hoe. Unbelievable. Broman says aspiring equals sleeping around to succeed. Yeah, that seems to be the formula. Yeah. That seems to be the formula. Yeah, that's the first that's the first problem right there. You are a married woman whose your husband lives in another state, and now you're telling her that you're lonely? So what Joy Taylor was doing there when she told, sorry about that, let me get rearranged here. So what she was doing is she was almost telegraphing the fact, literally telling Miss Faraji, her future hair and makeup girl, she's going to sleep around. She's going to sleep around. Well, why do you say that? Well, because she's already got the excuse. I'm lonely. I'm married, but I'm lonely. That's why I'm going to start sleeping around. In approximately May of 2016, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet for a drink in Santa Monica. When Miss Faraji arrived, she found Miss Taylor with an older man, Fox Sports' Executive Vice President of Content, Mr. Dixon. As Executive Vice President, Mr. Dixon is responsible for overseeing all content and production on FS1. Miss Faraji, however, did not know Mr. Dixon. So the makeup girl didn't know who the big shot was. When Mr. Dixon went to buy them another round of spicy margaritas, Miss Faraji asked who he was. Miss Taylor responded that he was just a friend. Okay. Following that night, whenever Miss Faraji would meet Miss Taylor for drinks or food, Mr. Dixon would either arrive with Miss Taylor or show up later in the night and leave with Miss Taylor. He would always buy rounds of drinks and or food. From their body language, Miss Faraji suspected that the pair were sleeping together. And although this concerned Miss Faraji, she knew Miss Taylor, as she knew Miss Taylor was recently married, Miss Faraji kept her opinions to herself. Would you like to know why she kept her opinions to herself? Because at this point, she didn't know who that dude was, right? She's like, okay, so my hair and makeup girl is banging some old dude. All right, whatever. I know you're married, you're a hoe, you're a slut, whatever the case may be. It is what it is. That's basically what that meant. In approximately June of 2016, while at work, Miss Faraji noticed Mr. Dixon in the elevator. Surprised by the coincidence, Miss Faraji found Miss Taylor and told her excitedly the guy who always buys our drinks was in the elevator. Miss Taylor quickly silenced Miss Faraji, explaining who he was. Miss Faraji became alarmed. Pardon me. Miss Faraji became... wait a minute. I lost my place. Alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that such a relationship... wait a minute. Hold up. Wait. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let's go back. In approximately June of 2016, while at work, Miss Faraji noticed Mr. Dixon in the elevator. Surprised by this coincidence, Miss Faraji found Miss Taylor and told her excitedly the guy who always buys our drinks was in the elevator. Miss Taylor quickly silenced Miss Faraji, explaining who he was. So Joy Taylor finally tells her makeup girl, yeah, that's the VP of content. Like, he's the big shot around here. Miss Faraji became alarmed and warned Miss Taylor that such a relationship was unsafe. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. Miss Faraji continued to be friends with Miss Taylor, but tried to distance herself as she considered the situation dangerous as well as morally wrong, as Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were unmarried. So once again, Miss Faraji is trying to come across as this bastion of, morality. I can't believe these two are sleeping together. They're both married. Why does that concern you, right? Anytime a woman, how can I put this? Anytime a woman warns another woman, well, you shouldn't do that because it's morally wrong. You already know that they're morally bankrupt. You already know that they're morally corrupt, right? These are two grown people. Now, listen, was their relationship right or wrong? We know it's wrong. But she didn't give a shit about Joy one way or the other, right? She really didn't. And she proves to us how much she actually really cared about her with this lawsuit. Let's continue. In approximately July of 2016, word spread amongst Fox's employees about a new show that was going to be a big deal, as it would star Mr. Bayless and Shannon Sharp. It was known that Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience to also star. Therefore, it came as a surprise when Fox announced that Miss Taylor, who is a bartender and radio host in Miami with very little TV experience, would be the moderator of a new show, a sports debate program, Skip and Shannon, Undisputed. And this gentleman is where it happens. This is where it happens. Joy Taylor had little to no experience. She was a fill-in girl. She's a part-time bartender, did a little radio in Miami. All of a sudden now, she is the host of Undisputed. And of course, Undisputed was invented to be the direct competitor of First Take, right? They kind of mirrored off one another, right? Because First Take, you know, Molly Karam, Stephen A. Smith, Max Kellerman back in the day. Well, Joy Taylor, Shannon Sharp, and Skip Bayless. And listen, who wouldn't want to get that opportunity, right? We all know clearly that and think about this, why in the world would a part-time bartender and a radio host with very little TV experience, why would she get the nod to be the show's host? Because she was obviously fucking Charlie Dixon. Obviously, she was fucking him. Obviously, she was fucking him. Very few people knew about it at this point. Let's continue. Mr. Bayless later enclosed. I'm sorry. Jesus Christ. Dude, my bad. Mr. Bayless later disclosed to Ms. Fagi that he did not want Ms. Taylor on the show, but Mr. Dixon was adamant that Ms. Taylor would star. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged a dinner between Mr. Bayless and Ms. Taylor where she arrived in provocative clothing and acted in a provocative manner. When that did not change Mr. Bayless's opinion of Ms. Taylor, Mr. Dixon asked him to approve of her as a favor to a friend. Reluctantly, Mr. Bayless agreed to do so as a favor to his friend. So here's what happened. Skip Bayless is like, nope, sorry. I'm sorry. I don't, dude. She's unqualified. Dude. Skip Bayless probably said, dude, this girl is a part-time bartender. She has literally no experience on TV. Okay, so she filled in a few times, but she is not qualified to be on this show. So what did they do? What did Charlie Dixon try to do? He calls up Joy and says, hey, look, check this out. Check this out. We need you to hit on this dude. Okay? We need you to hit on this dude. All right? If you want, you got to take one for the team. Like Charlie Dixon was pimping her out. He's pimping her out. He said, hey, Joy, check this out. Skip is not too keen on you. He ain't too keen on you. So here's what I want you to do. I want you to dress provocatively, and I want you to hit on him. So basically, she put on the slut antics. She got there. She's hitting on Skip, blah, 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 blah. Skip Bayless is like, nah, sorry. No, still don't like her. At that point, Charlie Dixon finally just levels with Skip and says, Skip, look, dude. Look, man. Come on, man. Come on. Do your old friend a solid. Do me a favor and just roll with this. He probably told him, and here's the thing. Skip Bayless probably knew Joy Taylor was fucking Charlie Dixon. Of course he did. But Skip Bayless knows which side his bread is buttered on. He already signed the 4-year, $32 million contract. In the first place, to him, what difference did it make? Well, the difference was he wanted a quality show. He knew that Joy Taylor was not qualified for that position. So when it says here in the suit that Mr. Bayless agreed to do so as a favor for his friend, that means that Skip Bayless knew what it was. He knew exactly what it was. All right, let's continue. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me read some of you guys' chats, because you guys are putting in some really, really good chats here. Yep. Dr. Kraus, PhD, says, why are all modern women so out of pocket? Well, because they're allowed to be. Armando Moreno says, it's not that we're dumb. We just have a very discombobulated team. So again, I didn't know what this was about. Caleb Pratt says, hashtag dry snitching. Yes, we all remember when Skip Bayless dry snitched on Shannon Sharp. We all remember that. Yes, Broman says, Joy cheated on both her husband and fiance. Yeah, I think Joy Taylor had been engaged to Earl Watson at one point. What you guys have to understand about women like Joy Taylor, she's going to fuck regardless of her relationship status. There are just women who are always going to sleep around. Whether they're married, in relationships, whatever the case may be, they're always going to sleep around. They're always on the market. Always. What? Someone just said, all right, hold up. Oh, no, that was, dude, that Bismarck, he's been dead. What the hell are you talking about? The hell y'all talking about? Damn, y'all, dude, y'all almost had me fooled. My bad. Molten Mage Gaming says, you know what I love about you as a content creator? You dig into the details and just not react to headlines or rumors as the majority of most content creators do. They're reactionary Andes. Yeah, listen, I had my reservations, but then I went and I read this 42-page thing. And I think to have a really good understanding, we got to go through this almost line by line. Zebian says, I haven't watched Skipped in a minute. I don't know where to find him. I don't know where he's at. Ice Dragon Kid says, he was like, Skip, come on, fam. I'm trying to keep tapping that. There you go. That's the answer, gentlemen. That's the answer. This is why you shouldn't fuck your female coworkers, gentlemen. This is why you shouldn't fuck your female coworkers. Don't do it. All right, none of that. Yeah, that's it. I'm out. Yeah, I'm not doing that. I can't stand it when people do shit like that, man. Gentlemen, when you start fucking, and this is actually what Jason Whitlock said, when you start fucking your female coworkers, you now work for them. Charlie Dixon worked for Joy Taylor. Okay? He works for Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor probably told him, hey, look, Chuck, you better get me on this goddamn show. That's why he asked Skip Bayless to do this for him as a favor. Why would putting another bitch on a show be a failure if there weren't some sort of consequences that were inevitable? Caleb Pratt says Skip Bayless show. Okay, let's try and speak English. Let's not speak nigga. Skip Bayless show on YouTube. No, Skip Bayless has a show on YouTube. Ay. Casual Drum says facts. I had to fire dudes over an ounce of a complaint by female coworkers. The dudes were hard workers but socially awkward. Yep. Game trumps all. Let's continue. Around August 2016, Miss Fagi attended dinner with Miss Taylor and her husband and Mr. Dixon and his wife. Oh boy, I bet that was awkward. During dinner, Miss Taylor's husband became suspicious that Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon were having a sexual relationship. Soon after the dinner, Miss Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship and divorced Miss Taylor. Obviously, Joy Taylor gets around. She gets around. And at some point, it was only going to be a matter of time before the husband found out. In approximately September of 2016, Undisputed started. I remember that. Miss Taylor requested Miss Fagi to do her hair. And approximately, I'm not going to do all that. November 2016, after not allowing anyone to touch his hair, Mr. Bayless also requested Miss Fagi to do his hair. Okay. Isn't that interesting? So now Skip Bayless now wants Miss Fagi to do his hair. Okay. New Sheen. On January 14th, 2017, Miss Taylor had her birthday party at Pearl's Rooftop in West Hollywood. Sorry about that, guys. My junk is all in a trance. Sorry about that. As it was a part of their job to appease talent, the birthday party is an important event. As usual, Mr. Dixon was heavily drinking, buying drinks for everyone on a Fox credit card, and blustering that everything purchased was on Fox's dime. As SS33 says, which hair? Yeah, well, right. As Miss Fagi was standing near the bar, facing the crowd, Mr. Dixon approached her. He asked the bartender for a drink and then placed his arm on Miss Faragi's lower back. He asked how she was doing, if she was having fun, and if she wanted a tequila shot. Miss Fagi felt very uncomfortable by his unsolicited touching and responded, no thank you. Mr. Dixon then moved his hand lower and started rubbing her body and grabbing her buttocks. Miss Fagi was mortified, but quickly thought to fake an incoming call to escape the situation. So, Mr. Dixon is now making a move on Miss Fagi. He's not making moves on her. He's shooting a shot. And I think that Charlie Dixon probably has a reputation for smashing all of these broads at FS1. Listen, he's the big gun there. He's the big shot. Jenny Taft probably fucked him. We know Joy Taylor fucked him. And now he's trying to fuck the makeup girl. Ay, ay, ay. Miss Fagi did not know who to turn to, the suit continues, but as she knew Miss Taylor was sleeping with Mr. Dixon, she turned to her. Surprisingly, Miss Taylor responded, "Get over it," and explained that she herself only had her job because of Mr. Dixon, and that Miss Fagi only had her job because Miss Taylor requested her. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. Guys, that is the smoking gun. That was a smoking gun. Dr. Krause says, big Dixon energy. I love it. Love it. That's the smoking gun. Joy Taylor has been out telling everyone who will listen, I am where I am because of my hard work, dedication, and sacrifice. Yet here it is in black and white. And I'll read it again. She explained that she herself, Joy Taylor, only had her job because of Mr. Dixon, and that Miss Fagi only had her job because of Miss Taylor, because Miss Taylor requested her. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. So there it is. There it is. Joy Taylor literally admitted the only reason why I'm the host of Undisputed is because of Charlie. Has nothing to do with my talent, has nothing to do with my skill set. I simply was in the right place at the right time, blah, 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 blah. Incredible. Absolutely incredible. Literally told her, I only have this job because, you know. Oh boy. Burgator in the chat says, hi. I just want to comment to you about NFL rigged matches. I think no all matches are fixed, but let me tell you what was obvious. What was the obvious Super Bowl that was rigged? Colts versus Bears. And last Detroit versus San Francisco in last year's Super Bowl. Okay. Bergtor, guys, and I'm actually gonna do a standalone podcast on this. Bergtor is the type of dude who spends way too much time on the internet, guys. Like Bergtor, bro, you need to touch grass. You need to touch grass. Super Bowl 41, that's the Super Bowl you're referring to. They didn't have to rig Super Bowl 41, my guy. Who is the Bears quarterbacks? Who's the Bears quarterback? Yeah, that's right, Rex Grossman, who is carried by a Hall of Fame defense starring Brian Urlacher. They didn't have to rig any Super Bowl. See, what you guys have to... oh my God, I don't want to get into this, but I can't stand conspiracy theorists like this. You have absolutely... The only proof that you have is shit that you find on the internet. You spend way too much time on the internet, man. Way too much time. Dude, you got to get out there and touch the grass, bro. I have no interest in discussing this with you. And if you continue on, I'm going to ban you, because I really don't give a fuck. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. All right. You got your little 15 minutes. Yeah, some guy says, Bergtor just told me the earth is flat. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Armando Maria says, if I recall, wasn't Devin's former boss trying to smash her? Dude, everyone at Devin's fucking... I mean, I wasn't there, but I'm probably thinking there would, but I do know this. Her current boss is definitely smashing her. Just put it to you that way. Yeah, I don't remember ever mentioning that, but who knows? Who knows? Let's continue. Miss Fagi was terrified and turned to her coworker, Anonymous, to discuss the situation. Anonymous responded that Mr. Dixon was disgusting, that the entire situation was sick, but that it wasn't shocking given Fox's culture, and that Miss Fagi should remain quiet if she wanted to keep her job. As a single mother who needed the job to support her son, Miss Fagi had no choice but to remain silent. 7 years later, so basically they're telling her, they're telling the makeup girl, Nushin, you got to go along to get along. You got to go along to get along. look, man. Look, at the end of the day, man, look. She knew what it was. She knew what it was. Like, honestly, see, listen. And again, I don't want to be insensitive here, right? But this makeup artist, Nushin Faraji, she's making a big deal out of shit that happened to her that really wasn't a big deal. Okay, so some, creepy CEO grabbed your ass. Big fucking deal. That didn't mean anything to you, and if it really did, you would have gone to the higher ups. Well, I was afraid they would fire me. Well, so do you want to do the right thing or the right thing for you? Like, she knew what it was. She knew exactly what it was. Remain silent. Give me a break. Let's continue. 7 years later, Miss Peretti told Miss Faraji that she did not like her, oh boy, or anything about Undisputed. Miss Peretti expanded that she had already scheduled someone for her hair on Undisputed when Mr. Dixon called her and told her that she must put Miss Faraji on Undisputed full time. Miss Peretti told Miss Faraji, I didn't like that. That's not how things should be done. How much do you want to bet that Miss Peretti is not attractive? How much do you want to bet she's not attractive, guys? Insane. Miss Faraji was stunned and devastated as she prides herself on work and earning her accolades. Later that day, while thinking about her career, she was angry that Miss Peretti succumbed to Mr. Dixon's request as it gave Mr. Dixon the feeling that he could grope her for a job. Miss Peretti didn't like Miss Faraji because Miss Faraji is attractive. Okay? Unattractive women, guys, look. Unattractive women hate attractive women as a natural byproduct of the order of things, right? Like, dude, not so hot girls, they hate hot girls. This is how it is. They always have and always will. The reason why Miss Peretti didn't like Nushin, Miss Faraji, is because Nushin looked good. She didn't like Miss Faraji because everybody was trying to get at her. The reason why Miss Peretti did not like Miss Faraji is because, well, Miss Faraji was almost like competition, even though she was just a makeup girl. Rida with the $5 super chat says, I'm going to be insensitive. If you stayed, you were willing. I don't think she was willing. I don't think she was willing to do any of that stuff, but I think she was willing to tolerate it. Thick Malad says, Faraji was mad. The boss didn't put her as the main chick getting grabbed. Yeah, that could be right. J-Mont says, this reminds me of the show Mad Men. Yeah, this is Mad Men without HR. Mr. Dixon gets rid of female talent member for refusing to have sex with him. Uh-oh. Hey, Dante Drake says you have a great channel. I appreciate that. I wish more people knew. I wish more people knew about it. Several years into Miss Faraji's tenure at Fox, a female talent member, Anonymous, hired Miss Faraji to do her hair at her house for an award show. Anonymous asked that Miss Faraji meet her for lunch there first. There, Anonymous told Miss Faraji that she would no longer be with Fox, as Mr. Dixon told her that she would need to have sex with him if she wanted to renew her contract, but she had refused. Anonymous further conveyed that 1, Mr. Dixon was doing this to other women talent, well, of course. 2, she should warn Miss Taylor to be careful, and remember, she already tried. 3, the talk show host had recently reported Mr. Dixon. Oh, well, okay then. Let's see here. No Name Guy on the Rumble site says, what's the point of dealing with bimbos unless there's a benefit? May as well hire dudes or an ugly chick. I mean, guys, this is why men and women shouldn't work together, gentlemen. This is why men and women shouldn't work together. Anytime men and women work together, there's always going to be an undercurrent of sexuality. That's just the way it's going to be. There's always going to be an undercurrent of sexuality. That's just how it is, guys. That's just how it is. That's always been the way. That's always the way it's been. Always the way it's going to be. Joy Taylor, like I said, told anyone who would listen that she worked her way to the top. No, you fucked your way to the top. That's just how it is. So basically, it looks like here, it appears that Charlie Dixon fired Nushin Faraji because she wouldn't smash. So again, this was anonymous. This was anonymous. This anonymous woman told the makeup girl that she wouldn't be at Fox because Mr. Dixon told her she'd need to fuck him. Right? Like, she told her, like, this chick is like, hey, look, Charlie Dixon he's the big Dixon around here. You can either jump on the cock or you can go to the unemployment line. That's what happened. Following the lunch, Miss Fagi called Miss Taylor to convey what Anonymous had stated. Miss Taylor responded that no one gives a fuck about Anonymous or the talk show who had reported Mr. Dixon. Miss Fagi later observed that Miss Taylor's remark appeared accurate, as no actions were taken to address the concerns raised. If it was not already apparent, it became even more clear that Fox enabled high-ranking individuals to abuse their authority, exerting undue control over female talent and employees. Well, there we go. There we go. That's how it works. Dr. Krause says, Kamala energy? Yeah, absolutely. 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 All right, the next one. Fear permeated the workplace as stories of mistreatment circulated. As one example, Mr. Dixon deliberately assigned a female talent member who had been harassed and reported it to a show set up to fail. When the show inevitably failed due to his sabotage, he used its failure as justification to terminate her employment. In another instance, a coworker who frequently cried in the hallway due to relentless sexual harassment was fired just 1 week after reporting it. These repeated incidents reinforced an atmosphere where speaking up seemed futile, and dangerous. Jadawa with a comment. He says, does an undercurrent of sexuality between male and female coworkers mean there's sexual tension between them? Yeah, look, I'm not saying that all female employees want to fuck all male employees, but when you are, and this is in any industry, guys, this is in any American office, any office in the world, what eventually is going to happen when you have men and women working together, men and women are going to start to commingle with one another. Like, you know, when you work, that's almost like your second family. You're spending, a lot of times you spend more time with your coworkers than you do your own family. That's just how it goes sometimes. And at some point, romantic feelings will start to matriculate. Hang on, guys. Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. All right, sorry about that, guys. I do apologize. Yeah, hang on. Hang on. Sorry. All right, I got it. The community that we live in. So what that was is they came to the. So apparently someone from the outside managed to get into our community. Devin and I, we live in a gated community with other gated communities within that gated community. So you got to get through one break. You got to get through one gate. And of course that's got guards. Then each individual community, anywhere between 20 and 25 homes, right? And so someone had managed to breach our community. The guy was driving a white Mercedes-Benz. He's driving a white Mercedes-Benz. Now, here's the thing. I don't think that person was up to no good. As a white guy driving a Benz, blah, 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 blah. But if you don't belong in this community, they will, it does not matter what you drive. It doesn't matter what you drive. We have, I don't want to dox myself here. But the community the community that we live in, we've got lampposts everywhere. That way it's well lit. Well, there are also cameras that scan license plates. And if a car is driving around and they scan that license plate and that license plate isn't registered with the HOA here, they send out the people. They send out the people, man. They send out the people. And so, yeah, they came by and, they're like, all right, we want to know, there's a guy that, breached this community approximately, 23 minutes ago. Have you seen, heard, whatever, anything? We're like, no, we're good to go. We're, everything is fine. So that's the, that's what exclusivity buys you. I don't know if that person was, meant to do any harm or whatever the case may be, but that doesn't matter. So they are probably being escorted out of the community. Molten Mage Gaming sounds like a Terminator type of community. No. Like, dude, the neighborhood we live in it's like nothing else. I can't even begin to describe it. Okay. Let's continue. Here we go. Here's where Skip Bayless makes his first appearance. In the story. The title is Mr. Bayless begins to give Miss Fagi lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body against hers and pressing up against her breast. After the reporting by the talk show host fell on deaf ears, Mr. Bayless began requesting that Miss Fagi give him a haircut once a week in the makeup room. Miss Fagi did as she was told, as Miss Peretti required Miss Fagi to give haircuts to talent. Initially, during the haircuts, Mr. Bayless would discuss his wife, his work at Fox, and other innocuous matters. However, soon after the weekly haircut started, Mr. Bayless began finding excuses to touch Miss Fagi. He would give her lingering hugs after each haircut, putting his body against her own, pressing against her breasts. He then began to kiss her on the cheeks. Miss Fagi was uncomfortable by the physical contact and would make excuses to leave right after the haircuts, i.e., I need to pick up my son from school. We certainly have that on the bingo card, right? And approximately in the summer of 17, while Miss Fagi was giving Mr. Bayless a haircut, he told her that she was, quote, voluptuous. As English is her second language, she was not familiar with the word. Miss Fagi asked what that meant. Mr. Bayless seemed amused and told her to, quote, figure it out. Miss Fagi later asked a coworker what the word meant and was mortified. Mr. Bayless then started being more aggressive and direct in his advances. Miss Fagi continuously declined, stating that she did not date at work as she is a single mom and needed her job. So right there, she appears to understand what is going on. She's like, okay, this guy is hitting on me, blah, 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 blah. Now, here's the thing. A lot of people in this community might think to themselves, okay, all right, this woman has an axe to grind. She's going to lie in this, and that, and the third. And like I said, I know a lot of this is embellished. I know a lot of this is exaggerated because, again, let's be clear. Her attorney wrote this, right? Her attorney wrote this. Nobody else. That's just that's just kind of how that goes. Do I believe that Skip Bayless directly and indirectly hit on Miss Fagi? I don't know because I wasn't there. But guys, that's exactly why we're going through this. The reason why we are going through this lawsuit is because we need context. We need context. And again, I don't know for sure, but that's pretty detailed. That's pretty detailed. Like, it goes from being innocuous to voluptuous and all these long extended hugs. Yeah, Casual Germ says attorneys will write anything to win. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's see. Here we are. F. Miss Fagi has her hours cut after going on medical leave. In November of 2017, Miss Fagi hurt her back at work, couldn't move for nearly 40 days, and received workers' compensation. I don't know about this. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Now, here we go. Here we go, y'all. G. Miss Fagi remains on Undisputed and has also asked to join the herd. In approximately the summer of 2018, Miss Taylor was moved from Undisputed to the herd. This is what I was talking about. Miss Taylor again requested Miss Fagi to do her hair. Colin Cowherd, Mr. Cowherd, also requested Miss Fagi to do his hair. Thus, every day, Miss Fagi would do Mr. Bayless's hair for Undisputed, and then would do Miss Taylor and Mr. Cowherd's hair for the herd. Throughout her tenure at Fox, Mr. Cowherd was professional and respectful to Miss Fagi and her coworkers. Well, this should come as no surprise. This should come as no surprise to me, because love or hate Colin Cowherd's smart. He's not stupid, right? He's not a dumbass. He's not gonna hit on his female coworkers, right? And let's be clear. Colin Cowherd, he is the face of FS1. He's not exactly. He doesn't exactly have Stephen A's reach. But he is the face of the herd. He's brought in a lot of people. Brought in Jason Whitlock, brought in Nick Wright, et cetera, et cetera. Around this time, after learning of Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon's sexual relationship, Miss Taylor's then fiancé broke off the engagement and threatened to go public with all he knew. On information and belief, Mr. Dixon paid for the wedding deposits in an informal exchange for her fiancé's silence. This is why I'm learning about this now. This is why Joy Taylor and Earl Watson are no longer together. She was always fucking Charlie Dixon, yet she was also, sleeping, I guess, with Earl Watson. Earl Watson, I think, is a former NBA player, right? You guys know how that goes, right? Earl Watson finds out, oh God, she's fucking Charlie Dixon. See ya. Jackie says Nick Wright is the new face of FS1. Look, I'm gonna tell you what. You might actually be right, Jackie. You might actually be right. And the reason why Colin Cowherd might be on his way out has nothing to do with Cowherd. Like, Colin Cowherd brings in the ratings. Okay, Nick Wright is a Cowherd protege. Right now, Cowherd is in a pretty terse contract negotiation, for a new deal. Cowherd is about to get the big bucks. It's either going to be from FS1 or it's going to be from ESPN. But if Cowherd does leave FS1, yes, Nick Wright will then be the new face of FS1 for sure. Mr. Diaz racially and sexually harasses Ms. Fagi. On May the 10th of 2019, Bobby Diaz mocked Ms. Fagi for her pronunciation of English words and sexualized the way she was eating fruit. Ms. Fagi did not respond. She kept her eyes glued on the monitor playing Undisputed. Ms. Peretti was present and did not do anything. On the information and belief, Mr. Diaz openly gropes, harasses, and is inappropriate with women at Fox. Pardon me. On information and belief, Mr. Diaz has not been fired, reportedly due to his role. Whoa. Mr. Diaz has not been fired, reportedly due to his role in supplying cocaine to numerous Fox employees' talent, even after an incident where he removed his pants live on camera. Say what you want about this woman. Say what you want about this woman. And listen, I'll say the same things. Was she being real sensitive? Yeah, she probably was. She was being real sensitive, right? A lot of this stuff is probably embellished. Yeah, she's probably jaded. Guys, this just doesn't come from nothing. She's not pulling this stuff out of her ass. The reason why this guy, Bobby Diaz, still has a job is because he supplies cocaine to a lot of the talent. Guys, FS1 is a shit show. And I'm going to tell you something else too, man. Regardless of what happens with this suit, whether somebody is guilty, not guilty, whatever the case may be, I think, and not that there is guilt or non-guilt, right? And I don't think we know what she's asking yet. But this really sort of exposes FS1. But here's a better question for you guys. Do you think that this is the only industry this happens in? This happens in all industries, and I will never forget. I remember Nick Wright. He was on First Things First. And I forget what they were talking about. But he says to the panel, Chris Broussard, Kevin Wiles, he says, I don't know about you guys, but I was not drug tested for this position. They did not drug test me before I came to FS1. That's probably the reason. Wow. In December of 2024, after Ms. Fagi sent notice of this impending lawsuit to Fox, Mr. Diaz made a mockery of his discussions with human resources regarding his interactions with Ms. Fagi. He told various employees that Ms. Fagi was, quote, stupid, defiantly stated that, despite not being told to speak about his discussions with human resources, he didn't care, saying, quote, who gives a shit? He further boasted that he would never be fired. Here's another, now we're on to the next one. Miss Taylor again uses her sexuality to get on a show. Approximately February of 2020, Miss Taylor asked Miss Fagi to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When Miss Fagi arrived, she found Miss Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Acho. Miss Fagi did not know Mr. Acho, but could tell that the two were romantically involved. There we go. Molten Mage Gaming says, are you okay with a spoiler of an allegation, or did you want to wait and read it? No, please. No, please, by all means. Spoilers all over the place, guys. Spoilers all over the place. Look, I'm not going to go through this entire 42-page document, but we're definitely going to go through the parts that matter. So yeah, if you have any information, spoilers, dude, please, by all means, throw them in there. As the Level Up man says, enter Acho. A few months after meeting Mr. And by the way, for those of you guys who don't know, Emmanuel Acho, that's the guy on the left-hand side of your screen. He used to work for ESPN and ABC. He's the guy that replaced, I think, he's the guy that temporarily replaced Chris Harrison on The Bachelor. He was also there to interview Matt James and what was her name? That whole Black Bachelor thing with the Antebellum party. Acho was there to do this SJW, interview, whatever. That's who he is. Emmanuel Acho is also a former player. He went to the University of Texas. I think spent 3 or 4 years with the Philadelphia Eagles and maybe another team. And Acho is pretty still young. He's still young. He's big, he's jacked, but he's young. So that's who Emmanuel Acho is. He's got a brother named Sam Acho. A few months after meeting Mr. Acho at the lunch, Miss Fagi noticed him in the hallway while at work. Miss Fagi later asked Miss Taylor if Mr. Acho also worked at Fox. Miss Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Acho to eventually recommend her on the show Speak for Yourself. Miss Fagi became alarmed and once again warned Miss Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Acho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a very powerful man that can become very angry. Miss Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she was also now powerful and that once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced herself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women talent. There is another smoking gun. There is another smoking gun. So Joy Taylor tells Nushin Faraji. So Nushin Faraji figures this out. She goes to this lunch. She goes to this lunch with Emmanuel Acho, right? It becomes very clear to the makeup girl. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Here we go. She's fucking somebody else on staff. Apologies for my thirst, guys. Apologies for my thirst. So he explains once again. He explains once again that. So she explains. So she figures out. Okay, Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acho are fucking, and she says in her mind, "Oh, wait a minute, she's still fucking Charlie Dixon." And so she pulls Joy aside and she's like, "Well, wait a minute, Joy, you're fucking Acho and Dixon?" Joy Taylor says, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Because if Charlie Dixon tries to get me out of here, I'll just tell everyone he forced himself on me. And therein lies another problem. Women trade on this, guys. They know that all they have to do is say he forced himself on me, or he did this, or he did that people would assume otherwise. That people would assume that she's telling the truth. But here's the problem that Nushin Faraji has here. Okay? What Joy Taylor threatened to do is exactly what she's doing now. That doesn't mean that Miss Faraji is not. This doesn't mean that she's lying. Okay, this doesn't mean that this does not mean that there aren't some elements of this that are untrue. I do believe, as Molten Mage Gaming said, some of these allegations in here are asinine. I think this is sort of a throw a spaghetti against the wall and see what sticks trick. That's what I think. That's what I think this is. Do I believe that Charlie Dixon probably grabbed her ass? Yeah, he probably did. He's a horny old guy, and he likes hiring hot girls and looking at him and this and that and the other. Who knows, right? But here we have a case where Joy Taylor is now exposed for having slept with or sleeping with two different people in the organization, and that she says, you know what? I've got leverage. I will just say he forced himself on me. That way he will be out. Joy Taylor just admitted to Miss Faraji that she was going to lie and tell everyone that Charlie Dixon raped her. Unbelievable. This is what we talk about all the time. And dude, I will never, ever, ever forget this story as long as I live. So I'm in Vegas. We're at this party, right? And I remember there are a few girls, standing around talking about their guys and this and that and the third. And one girl, there was three girls, and one girl said, one girl was talking about this dude that she had hooked up with for like a week and a half or so, and that all of a sudden that he had ghosted her or something like that. Like he ghosted her, whatever the case may be. And she's like, I can't get a hold of him. Like he won't call, he won't text, blah, 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 blah. She's like, I just need to find a way to get his attention. Well, the other girl says, no, you don't need to get his attention. You need to get revenge. The other girl said, well, how do I get revenge? She said, just say he raped you. The girl looks at her and says, but he didn't. She says, yeah, but nobody will believe him over you, will they? At that very moment, I left that party because I was like, these girls are sitting here actively talking about a plot to falsely accuse a guy of rape. No name guy says, this reminds him of the Donald Sterling situation. Yeah, the V. Stiviano situation is a little bit different than the Donald Sterling situation. She basically just violated his privacy, and she exposed Donald Sterling as a racist, which gave the NBA permission to take the team from him. And I don't even know if Donald Sterling is even alive right now. Who knows? But yes, guys. And guys, this was years ago. This was absolute years ago, man. And so, yeah, that was absolutely crazy. That was absolutely crazy. Just, well, how do I get back at him? Well, just say he raped you. Nope. I said, I'm out of here. Yeah, the cocaine is flowing and the juices are flowing. I got to get up out of here. Not worth it. Young Chaos says, were they white? No, it was two Mexican girls. It was two Mexican girls and one white girl. But I'm not really sure why the race is relevant. The race isn't really relevant here because women are going to women. Women are going to women. Yep, there it is. And I don't know how the fuck I just did that. Yeah, there we are. Let me try it again. Dude. Damn it. There we go. Why did it do it on this side, though? I want to do it where I can see it. See, this works every fucking time. I can't stand that works every time. What about this? How about this? This is a good one. Come on. 2 thumbs up. 2 thumbs up. Ah, well. Phoenix Light Games. Casual Germ says AI agrees with you. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yeah, there it is. Oh, okay, so now I know where to do it. Oh, cool. Let's try it again. Hey! All right, so there's that. Let's try this. Let's try it again. I want to try to get it. I want it to do it over here. Anesthesia New York says, you too black. Yeah, you might be right. I might not even be able to see a nigga. I wanted to do the double thumbs up because that was the cool one. That was the fireworks. Whatever. Those are fun. But yes, what this proves to you guys, and that, dude, that I had to get the hell up out of that party. The point is, guys, is that modern women know and understand that all they have to do is say that a man did something to you and all hell breaks loose. This is exactly what Leanna is going to do to Travis Hunter. She's going to say, he put hands on me. And regardless of whether they charge him or not, it's already out there. He's going to be a woman beater. All right, let's continue. In September of 2022, Miss Taylor started to work on Speak. Miss Taylor requested Miss Faraji to do her hair. So at every stop, Joy Taylor is bringing Nushin Faraji with her, right? She started off low. Faraji was there. She goes to Undisputed, Skip and Shannon, Undisputed. She brings up Faraji. She goes to the Herd. She brings in Faraji. Now she's going to work on Speak. She brings in Faraji. I'm very, very interested to know where the fallout was. Miss Faraji is targeted because of her ethnicity. In 2020, Jane Doe, Miss M, as an employee at Fox, began demonstrating erratic behavior. One night, at an informal dinner at Mastro Steakhouse, oh my God, she grew irrationally enraged with Mr. Faraji and said, "Fuck you, you Persian bitch." The dinner ended after Miss M broke a glass and threatened to harm herself. Jesus Christ, a crazy ass bitch. Following the dinner, Miss Faraji's coworker, Anonymous, who is black, reported the incident to Human Resources, explaining that she would not be okay with working someone that called her a black bitch. Anonymous also had Miss Faraji report the incident to Miss Peretti. Despite these reports supposedly being anonymous, Miss M learned of the reports and became increasingly unstable towards Miss Faraji. Every single morning, Miss M would scream and throw things at Miss Faraji. That I don't believe. I don't believe that for a second. You mean every single morning, 5 days a week, Miss Faraji comes through the door and she's having to dodge kitchen knives and coffee cups? Come on. It says every single morning, Miss M would scream and throw things at Miss Faraji. That's crazy. That's crazy. It probably happened to some degree that night, but you mean to tell me that even though she was sober in the morning, she's still throwing things at her? That I don't believe. Phoenix Light Game says, Joy Taylor doesn't care about Faraji. She's just using her circumstances, whether true or not, for her own selfish purposes. If it means defaming a man or a man's reputation, women will do anything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oliver Ware II says this is part of the reason why Shannon Sharp left. Absolutely. Approximately 6 months later, Miss Fagi told Human Resources that she believed her life was in danger. Oh my God. Okay, see, now here we go. Here we go. Let me just read this. This is where this hurts Fagi. And again, I'm not trying to disparage or discredit her, but this kind of stuff, this is where they embellish it. Right? Right? Hang on a second. Where the fuck did it go? Yes. Approximately 6 months later, Miss Fagi told Human Resources that she believed her life was in danger. If this woman really thought her life was in danger, why would she go to Human Resources? Let me ask you guys a question. If you really believed that your life was in danger, who would you go to? I'll wait. Who'd you go to? Somebody put in the chat. If you thought your life was in danger, who would you go to? Yep, the level up man says, here comes the lawyer speaking the case building. Who would you go to? Yep, there it is. There it is. John Jones, the police, the cops. Actually, you were all wrong. No name guy in Rumble said Batman. No, you were right. No name guy. No, don't call the police, call Batman. No, I kid because I care. You call the cops. You call the cops, guys. Right? You call the cops, dude. You don't, listen, look, if you really did believe your life was in danger, maybe you go to family, like No Name Guy says. Maybe you do. Maybe you do. But the first place you go is not Human Resources. Human Resources can't protect they can't protect your life. They can't do that. I'm going to try to pull up the Emmanuel Acho bite. Never mind. Nah. I remember that. When Emmanuel Acho talked about how, he was thrilled to work with Joy Taylor. I'm sure you were. Why would you go to Human Resources if you legit thought your life was in danger? See, these are the kinds of things that hurt women in these cases, right? Like, if your life is in danger, you don't go to HR, you go to Human Resources. No, your life was not in danger. If you believed that, you'd have gone to the cops. Matt says HR is there to protect the company. Absolutely. It continues, Human Resources responded that Miss Fagi should just leave the workplace when Miss M was having an episode. After approximately a year and a half, Miss M was fired. Miss M's ex-boyfriend, a producer at Fox, oh my God. Do you guys see? So Miss M, who is erratic and threw shit on her, was dating a producer at Fox. Guys, everyone is fucking everyone. Everyone is fucking everyone. Of course, Miss M's boyfriend worked for the company. Ay, ay, ay. Approximately a year and a half, Miss M was fired. Miss M's boyfriend, a producer at Fox, shared that Human Resources gave Miss M a large amount of money in severance. Miss Fagi wondered why Fox rewarded her bully with money. That's lawyer speak. Whatever. Human Resources eventually apologized to Miss Fagi, explaining that they did not have experience with mental health issues. Oh my God. So there you go. Then it says Human Resources offered Miss Fagi free therapy. Miss Fagi declined the free therapy, but she began to see an independent therapy once a week to discuss her life at Fox. Miss Fagi continues to see the same therapist to this day. Ay, 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 ay. Oh boy. Phoenix Light Game says whoever her lawyer is, there's definitely a feminist ideals in this case. And maybe that will be able to help in some cases, but the fear of my life, but not reporting it to the police is stupid. Yeah. Like, you're reaching on that one. If I'm reading this, I'm like, okay, all right, come on now. Miss Fagi believes oh my God. This story just gets crazier and crazier. Optimistic Realizer on the Rumble site says, too much dirty laundry at news stations, I wouldn't work there. Yeah, there's dirty laundry everywhere, man. There's dirty laundry everywhere. Okay. Ms. Fagi believes she has cancer and conveys this to Mr. Bayless in an attempt to stop his advances, only to have him offer $1.5 million to have sex. Oh boy. Oh boy. Over the years, Mr. Bayless continued to make advances on Ms. Fagi. Lingering hugs, kisses on the cheeks, blah, 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 blah. Comments that he could change her life if she acquiesced to having sex. Where was that? Right. Ms. Fagi would always make excuses regarding her son, politely changing the subject or making a joke. Anything to keep Mr. Bayless appeased and her job safe. Now that, listen, again, I understand where now that I believe that Skip Bayless absolutely, see, here's what's happened. Here's what's happened, guys. And I've actually listened to Jason Whitlock's take on this, guys. What appears to be happening, and notice, it's interesting, noticeably, the biggest star, well, one of the biggest stars at FS1 who recently just left is Shannon Sharpe. We all know that, dude, Shannon Sharpe's fingerprints are all over this. Here's what I think happened, and this is from Whitlock, so I'm not going to plagiarize him. I'll give him the credit, and I totally believe this. Shannon Sharpe has a very well-known reputation for being quite the womanizer at these particular organizations. He's got a file at CBS. He's got a file at FS1. Probably has a file at ESPN. Right? And we all know Shannon Sharpe. Shannon Sharpe he's fucking built he's like chiseled out of granite. Right? Like the nigga just had a hip replacement. He's still out here fucking hoes on Instagram. That's just how that goes. I think that Skip Bayless was trying to compete with Shannon Sharpe. Because word on the street, Shannon Sharpe was fucking all the hoes at FS1. He was fucking, he was rumored to have been fucking Jenny Taft. This woman, that woman, all sorts of sexual harassment. Joy Taylor's probably on that list to some degree somewhere. What, right? Right? I think that Skip Bayless was trying to compete with Shannon Sharpe in this whole freak-off Olympics. That's just how this goes. That's just how that goes. To me, it is absolutely incredible that these men try to compete with each other sexually. Guys, there's enough pussy for everybody. Why are you trying to compete with someone you have no business competing against? Come on, Shannon. Or, I'm sorry, come on, Skip. In July 2021, Ms. Fagi developed issues with her left ovary and was advised it could be cancer. With a fourth biopsy scheduled, she explained her situation to Mr. Bayless, hoping that he would take pity on her and cease his advances. Instead, Mr. Bayless told her he wanted to be with her. Ms. Fagi panicked and began rambling that there were cameras everywhere, that she has a child, and that she does not want him. Mr. Bayless then grabbed her hands, began kissing them, and offered her $1.5 million to have sex. Ms. Fagi made an excuse to leave. Oh boy. Ay, ay, ay. Look, I wasn't there, so I don't know what happened, right? But, and I'm not saying this didn't happen. I'm sure this probably happened to some degree. I would find it very, very, what do you guys think? What do you guys think, man? Because that just doesn't, I mean, really? Like, you told this dude, I have ovarian cancer, right? She tells him there are cameras everywhere. He grabs her hands, kisses her hands, and says, look, I'll offer you $1.5 million to smash. Told him, I don't want to. And then she made an excuse to leave. What excuse was that? Thick Malad says, damn, if that's true, he is thirsty as hell. Absolutely. And rumor has it, Miss Fagi is a good-looking woman. And I've seen pictures of her on the internet. I don't see any pictures of her body. But Skip Bayless did call her voluptuous, which means she got curves. She's got curves. Oh, boy. Don't know if I believe that. Approximately 1 week later, Mr. Bayless made another advance at Miss Fagi. Miss Fagi responded, Skip, stop, you have a wife. Mr. Bayless responded, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 4 wives? Oh, shit. Uh-oh. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Guys, that's bad for Skip. That is very, very bad for Skip Bayless. That is very bad for Skip Bayless. Do you want to know what Skip Bayless was doing there, guys? Other than the money, Skip Bayless was running game. He was running game. You see, he should have said that to her before he allegedly offered her the money. He should have been like, yo, check this out, Nusheen. How about you and I go out and have some fun? No. You don't you have a wife? Aren't you married? Aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 4 wives? That was game. That was 1,000% uncut, pure game. And I know that sounds funny, me coming from Vegas, but that was 100% game. Unfortunately, he ran that game too late. And I'm going to tell you what. I'm going to tell you what. I'm not going to say I don't believe that. That is too funny not to be true, guys. That is way too funny not to be true, y'all. Like, aren't you Muslim? Doesn't your dad have 3 to 4 wives? Oh my God. Let's continue. Miss Fagi responded that her father was dead and that Mr. Bayless looked taken aback. She made an excuse to leave. Well, she does that a lot. Here we go. Miss Faragi's job is threatened because she does not sleep with Mr. Bayless. So Skip tried running game. That didn't work. He tried straight up, he tried straight up buying the vagina. That apparently didn't work, allegedly. And so now her job is being threatened. On April 12th of 2022, Mr. Bayless texted Miss Fagi, "I'm good today." That meant that he would not be coming in for hair or makeup. Okay. The very next day, on April 13th of 2022, Mr. Bayless texted Miss Fagi, "Not comfortable coming down there. Just do what you need to do. It's okay." Miss Fagi asked him, "What's wrong?" He replied, "Same stuff, worse." Miss Fagi, concerned about her own job, walked to Mr. Bayless's fitting room to see if everything was okay. Mr. Bayless answered the door. But before Miss Fagi could speak, he began to angrily accuse Miss Fagi of fucking Mr. Sharp. There it is. 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 Does anybody know what Charlie Dixon looks like? I don't know, but he's an old rich guy who runs the company. And Skip foolishly thought, well, if Joy can fuck Charlie Dixon, certainly me, a star of the company, could at least fuck the makeup girl. Well, you were half right. You see, because there is a bigger star on the set, and that dude's name is Shannon motherfucking Sharp. No relation. Now, why would Skip accuse her of fucking Shannon Sharp? Probably because she was fucking Shannon Sharp. He found out that she was fucking Shannon Sharp. He didn't like it, and he decided, oh, no more. There it is. There it is. She fucks niggas, y'all. I'm trying to tell you. That's why Skip Bayless said, nope, I'm good. If you're fucking Shannon Sharp, I know you're ruined. Wow. Miss Fagi tried to explain that she did not have any feelings toward Mr. Sharp and had never slept with him or any other talent member or employee at Fox. But before she could speak, Mr. Bayless demanded she come to his car after the show. Oh, shit. Damn, this is crazy. Miss Fagi responded that she could not come and sit in his car as it is inappropriate. Mr. Bayless grew irate and then left. Oh my God. On April 14th of 2022, Mr. Bayless texted Miss Fagi, if you're distracted tomorrow, I'll wait till Monday, but I can't keep doing this. Miss Fagi told him she was very confused. Mr. Bayless responded, "Trust me, I'm far more confused." Miss Fagi then explained over text that she is not sleeping with Mr. Sharp. Mr. Bayless did not respond. Shane will win with the $5 super chat says, "It's my turn." Yeah, Skip used to say that all the time. He used to say that all the time on FS1. It's my turn to speak. It's my turn. Well, apparently it was not his turn, because once she goes, she ain't going back. She ain't going back. SS33 says, "Oh, you know what? Okay, now it's time to do a deep dive. Now it's time to do a deep dive. Let's look it up. Yes, new Sheen Fagi. Let's see what the bitch looks like. Let's see what the bitch looks like. Come on now, give it to us." Oh, there are. Oh, there's a picture. I don't see any hoops there. Okay, I don't see any pictures with hoops in it. Oh yeah, she's got massive tits, obviously. Yeah, so let's take a look. Oh, wait a minute. Let's take a look at this. Do you see pictures like this? You see pictures like this, if you guys look at my cursor. Like, guys, look, man, this woman might have endured some things that she didn't like, but this woman is not innocent in any of this, right? Like, honestly, you think about this, guys. You think about this. You mean to tell me that Skip Bayless continued to try to come on to this woman? Like, year after, month after month after year, whatever. And she keeps rejecting him. Guys, at some point, like, this is, I don't know, maybe Skip Bayless took that to mean that she was playing hard to get. I mean, he is in his 70s, right? But at some point, one would think, common sense would tell you, hey, this girl is not interested in me. Let me stop. But these text conversations lead me to believe that maybe she led him on. Maybe she did. Here's another picture. Oh no, that's Joy Taylor. Never mind. Unbelievable. And look, I'm not gonna do the whole victim blaming here, but I think she's leaving out. I think Miss Fagi is probably leaving out. She's probably leaving out certain details about this. One, namely, fucking Shannon Sharp. Mainly, fucking Shannon Sharp. And Skip Bayless honestly believed that she was fucking Shannon Sharp. That's why he felt some type of way. Here's another picture. Here's another picture of her. Look at this. You see this picture? Look at that. Like, seriously? Like, this woman is trying to position herself as this wholesome woman. No. She's trying to position herself as this wholesome woman who is just naive, and I just came to this country and I'm a single mom. I'm just trying to make a way. But she's taking pictures like this. She's taking pictures like this. Oh, Pearl is doing this too? Let me shoot her a text. Oh, never mind. Her audience, everybody's audience hates me. Right? Like, when you see pictures like this, you think to yourself, okay, this is not this innocent little snowflake. Right? There she is again. Yeah, listen, I'm sure she, puts stuff on social media to help her business, but dude, pictures like that do not help her case. Like, that is outrageous. Like, dude, that's outrageous, man. Matt says Shannon Sharp wasn't her first rodeo. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Wow. On April 15, 2022, Mr. Bayless texted Miss Fagi, "Do you still want to do the haircut or just move on?" Miss Fagi responded that she doesn't want to move on from her job and that she will continue doing his hair. April 16th, 2022, Mr. Bayless called Miss Fagi. Miss Fagi did not answer the call because she was scared. She then called him 10 minutes later. On the call, Mr. Bayless again angrily accused her of fucking Mr. Sharp. I mean, she may not have fucked Shannon Sharp, but I'm going to tell you what, if I was in that dressing room, yeah, I'd have smashed. And said he could tell from her body language that she was fucking him. Uh-oh. Miss Fagi tried to explain that she was kind to all talent And that included laughing and engaging in conversation. There's another smoking gun. And again, I will reiterate, I'm not going to say that there aren't claims in this that aren't true. I do believe that there was definitely misconduct happening, and I do believe that wrongs have been done. But Skip Bayless has been around to understand like what's really going on. And when a man says that your body language indicated that you're fucking this person, they're not usually wrong. Never forget, at the beginning of this lawsuit, guys, she went to lunch with Joy Taylor and Charlie Dixon, and she figured out just like that, oh, these two are fucking. Years later, she goes to lunch with Joy Taylor and Emmanuel Acha. Oh, these two are fucking. Why would you think that? It's because of the way they interact with one another. It's their body language. Guess what? Skip Bayless picked up on that same shit. And the reason he accused you of fucking Shannon Sharpe is because you probably were. And when women are fucking a man, they absolutely, no matter how much they try to, they absolutely cannot hide their sexual attraction. So she's probably doing his makeup and laughing and giggling and this and that and the third. And this is why Skip is upset with Shannon. He's like, man, he's over there fucking this bitch, man. She's laughing and giggling with him and shit. I offered this bitch $1.5 million to fuck, and she told me no. She told me no. That's what happened. This is what happened. And I want you guys to understand. I want you guys to understand. Skip told him, I could tell from her body language she was fucking him. That part, I believe, is true. That part I believe is true. Because Shannon Sharpe was fucking everything at FS1. And if we know something about modern women is, well, pre-selection. Dude, modern women don't want men that other women don't want. Straight up. She knew Shannon Sharpe was out here fucking everybody. She's like, you know what? I got to get a piece of this action. I'm not trying to fuck this old, dude who has the skin of a leather jacket. Oh, no. No, sir. No, sir. And men, we pick up on that shit. No Name Guy says she was, or at least wanted to. You know what? I agree. She either was fucking Shannon Sharpe or she wanted to. And Skip Bayless picked up on that. And rather than telling her, I think you want to fuck Shannon Sharpe. No, he just decided, hey, look, you're fucking Shannon Sharpe. You're fucking Shannon Sharpe. Yeah, Black Lemur 2009 says Skip is too old. He is, dude, you're competing with Shannon Sharpe, Hall of Fame tight end. What is Shannon, like 6'2", 234 pounds? Chiseled like a Greek god? You kidding me? Over some old guy? And yeah, Skip Bayless looks great for his age, but he ain't Shannon Sharpe, y'all. He ain't Shannon Sharpe. Can Fachan says that was probably the reason why Skip got so jealous and envious with Shannon all of a sudden at the end of their run. There it is. Do you guys see? Do you guys see how all of this is starting to come together? You guys remember, Skip Bayless dry snitched on Shannon Sharpe fucking Jenny Taft. Jenny Taft was visibly upset. That's why she went up to Human Resources and let them have it, or the offices and let them have it, because she is married. But I 1,000% believe Shannon Sharpe fucked Jenny Taft, and I 1,000% believe that he was fucking this hairdresser. I think that Skip Bayless got wind of it, and that's why he got mad. That's why that's why he went in on him and told him that he shouldn't be in the Hall of Fame or blah, 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 blah. And that was the beginning of the end of Undisputed. And guys, I want you to understand something here. This is another case of women taking down an organization. Remember my story? Remember the story about my friend Eli? That was what, 3 hours ago? Remember that story that I told you about him? Yeah, that's what happened here. Eli started fucking one girl on the sales floor, started fucking another girl on the sales floor. They find out about each other. Both girls were fired. Eli was fired, and the president of the company was fired for trying to cover it up for his friend. This is why men and women can't work together, gentlemen. This is why they can't work together. Skip and Shannon actually had a good thing going. I wish I could be watching Speak right now. I left my iPad downstairs, but of course she's covered up on Speak. Of course she's covered up. Joy Taylor's usually showing her tits. Her tits are all for the world to see. Yesterday, completely covered up. Today, completely covered up. Sorry, Joy, you've been exposed, baby. You may as well lean into it. Yep. Jay Blaze says, women destroy everything. Unbelievable, man. They ended, to think to think that this show, and Undisputed was actually pretty decent, like between them and First Take and all that. First Take isn't really, it's not as good as it was because Molly Karam now thinks that we want her opinion and we don't give a fuck about that. Right? But this is what happens when you put women in male spaces. They use their sexuality and they destroy everything. This makeup girl couldn't help herself. Nope, of course she's fucking Shannon Sharpe. And she didn't fuck Shannon Sharpe because she felt like she had to. She fucked him because she wanted to. And Skip Bayless knew that, and he got jealous. That's what it was. This is why he ended the show. Skip Bayless was so heartbroken and couldn't believe, I can't believe she fucked Shannon Sharpe and not me. That's why things were never the same. It's almost like he thought in his mind that they were in a relationship. You fucked Shannon Sharpe. It's like, dude, you're not in a relationship with her, bruh. Ay, 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 ay. Unbelievable. Miss Fagi then asked if he was yelling at her because she refused to go to his car. Mr. Bayless answered that she couldn't talk to him like that. Miss Fagi replied that she could respond however she wanted. Now she's found her voice. Mr. Bayless then angrily stated that he heard her talk to Mr. Sharpe about her vagina. Miss Fagi knew this to be untrue and was embarrassed and angry.
Stop the cat.
Nah, don't believe that for one fucking second. Don't believe that for one fucking second. Yaya says, sexist much?
Nope.
Oop. Yep. I'm a sexist son of a bitch, y'all. I'm sexist as hell. Goddamn right. Yeah, Yaya. Sexist. And isn't much like 2005? Hell much? Sexist much? Stupid much? Like, come on, it's 2025. Fuck out of here. Sexist much? You think you're clever? That wasn't funny. Go somewhere else. Dumbass. Wow. I 1000% believe that I believe Skip. I believe Skip. She absolutely talked to Shannon Sharpe about her pussy. That's what it is. She 1000% talked to Shannon Sharpe about her pussy. Skip Bayless overheard it. They probably tried to keep it low. That's when Bayless lost his mind. And it's funny because in this says Miss Fagi knew this to be untrue and was embarrassed and angry. No, she was embarrassed and angry because he found out about it. Miss Fagi responded that even if she... Oh my God. Miss Fagi responded that even if she had been dating Mr. Sharpe, which she wasn't, it shouldn't matter at all because she only had a professional relationship with Mr. Bayless. There you have it. There you have it. That is 1000% proof she absolutely was fucking Shannon Sharpe. Because if she had never fucked Shannon Sharpe, she would never put the scenario out there, right? If somebody said, Donovan, you're in a here's what a lot of people think. Donovan, you want to smash Pearl, right? No, I don't. No, I don't. Pearl's not my type. She's too tall. It is what it is. I'm not trying to climb trees or whatever the case may be. But I would never come on here and say, okay, I want to address the elephant in the room. I want to address the elephant in the room that I have sexual feelings for Pearl Davis. Now, if I did have sexual feelings for Pearl Davis, and let's be clear, I don't, I wouldn't do this, that, or the third. When someone accuses you of something that egregious, the last thing you tell them is even if what you're saying is true, and it's not, right? It shouldn't matter. That 1000% means she absolutely fucking did it. She absolutely fucking did it. Even if I were dating Shannon Sharpe, and let's be clear, I wasn't. No, baby. You told on yourself. You told on yourself. There it is. See, this woman is trying to act like she's just above all of this stuff. I can't believe I was such a victim of this toxic culture and environment. No, bitch. You were every bit as involved as Joy Taylor was. You were every bit as involved as Joy Taylor. She's warning Joy Taylor, hey, you better quit fucking Charlie Dixon. You better quit fucking Acho. You can't put... Every time she turns around, Joy Taylor's getting a new show. She's getting promotion. She's getting a new show, new this, new that. She's like, you know what? Well, fuck it. Shit, I may as well be in on this too. Because remember, birds of a feather flock together, gentlemen. Let me repeat that. Birds of a feather flock together. So you mean to tell me that you were friends and the makeup artist to Joy Taylor for what, 7, 8 years, and you knew what she was doing, and that didn't somehow influence you, right? So you mean to tell me that even though you saw all of the advantages, all of the good things that were happening to Joy Taylor as a result of her fucking her way to the top, that didn't influence you? You saw Joy Taylor doing what you said was a bad thing, but good things kept happening. That was 7 years, gentlemen. 7 years. That absolutely influenced her. Not only that, she wanted to fuck Shannon Sharp because everybody else was fucking Shannon Sharp. Hi. Kayla Pratt says, let a woman talk long enough, she will eventually tell on herself. You better believe it. You better believe it. Oh my God. Miss Fagi responded that even if she had been dating Mr. Sharp, which she wasn't, it shouldn't matter at all because she had a professional relationship with Mr. Bayless. Ay. On April 17th of 2022, Miss Fagi arrived in the makeup room approximately blah, 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 turned on a recording device, put it on the table, and waved for Mr. Bayless to arrive. Uh-oh. In the meantime, 2 of Miss Faragi's coworkers who were privy to Mr. Bayless's actions went into other talent members' rooms to listen in on the conversation. Oh, shit. Hold up, my bad. Oh, shit. Oh, boy. Mr. Bayless knew that the makeup room was already recorded and clearly states, this room is bugged. During their conversation, Mr. Bayless stated that he would hate for her to lose her job, but she can't be, quote, doing a big thing with my arch rival. Oh my God. Yep, told you. Skip Bayless knew she was fucking Shannon Sharp. She responded by saying that being polite to Mr. Sharp is part of her job. Mr. Bayless responded, bullshit. Oh, the tangled webs we weave. The tangled webs we weave. Well, how about that? Isn't this what girls say when they get accused of flirting with guys? Why'd you flirt with Steve? I wasn't flirting. I was being friendly. Right? Why are you flirting? You go to a company, you go to an office party, and you see your wife flirting with Kevin in sales. What the fuck is up with you and Kevin in sales? I'm just being friendly. It's always the same excuse, and it always means they're fucking him. It always means this. This woman has no idea. And again, Skip Bayless, say whatever you want about him. This guy's been around the block. He knows the fucking game. He knows the difference between a woman who is just being polite and a woman who is actually actively flirting. He knows this. That's why he picked up on this. Wow. Mr. Bayless responded, bullshit, I'm calling bullshit on you. Yeah. Mr. Bayless then warned that he doesn't want her to lose her job over this. Miss Fagi responded that she wasn't going to lose her job because she is a great hairdresser. Mr. Bayless responded, I have love for you, I have for 6 years, and you hurt me, and you are ruining this. Miss Fagi again responded that she must be polite to all talent. Mr. Bayless then implied that if he stopped requesting her, that it would affect her job. Miss Fagi responded that she is scheduled to work every morning at 5:45 a.m., and if he would like to get his hair done, he is welcome to sit in her chair. Mr. Bayless continued to threaten her job. Miss Fagi knew that he was trying to pressure her into having sex with him, but she kept repeating that she was a professional and had to be kind to all talent. Oh boy. This is getting worse. April 21st of 2022. Wait, hold on. Yeah, April 21st of 2022. Mr. Bayless asked if Miss Fagi would come to his home to color his hair as a side job that Miss Fagi previously would partake in when Mr. Bayless's wife was home. On this occasion, with her therapist's help, she conveyed that she would no longer be going to his home. The following week, Mr. Bayless arrived in the makeup room as if their conversations never happened, but Miss Fagi remained on edge. Miss Fagi had worsening nightmares regarding the incidents that took place with Mr. Bayless.
Stop the cap.
That's cap. That's not true. You're not having nightmares about this. Stop it. You're just trying to get paid. Miss Faragi's therapist started using eye movement desensitization. Oh boy. Miss Faragi's therapist started using eye movement desensitization and reprocessing to walk her through her interactions with Mr. Bayless. So what are we doing? Hypnotizing people now? October 21. Miss Faragi's relationship with Miss Taylor ended. Miss Taylor then began insulting Miss Fagi on a personal and professional level. In early June of 2023, the treatment reached a breaking point as Miss Taylor began openly mocking Faraji's English. Oh boy. Wow. And complaining that Miss Faraji's humming, an involuntary subconscious coping mechanism for her diagnosed PSD. Oh boy, let's make her the victim. Miss Taylor then beginning stated that she needed a black hairstylist. Oh my God, fucking Joy. Oh my God, Joy. Oh my God. So you guys understand. Yeah. Matt says professional is basically a rejection. Yeah, you know what, guys? This is obviously a a case of the female id run amok. Like I said, I know that Faraji is not blameless in any of this. I know that she's not. I know she's not blameless in any of this, but this is the kind of thing. This is the kind of thing that hurts people, man. This is the kind of thing that hurts people. Women like this really sort of do victims a disservice. And it really is a shame. It really, really is. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. J-Mod says, Skip was asking, I thought it ain't no fun if the homies can't have it. Yeah, look, I don't like to share. I don't like to share. I do not like to share. All right. All right, very good. All right. Dave G with the $5 super chat says, this is another episode, a male's Skip being weak and rendering themselves vulnerable over cootie cat. Yep. Abso-freaking-lutely. Optimistic realizer says, yeah, I wouldn't want to fuck a woman who fucked my friend. That's so strange. Dude, especially if that friend was Shannon Sharp. Fuck that. Give me a break. Now, here's what happened. Here's what's happened, y'all. And this is just my opinion, but just based on what we've seen and heard. Just based on what we've seen and heard so far. The long and the short of what happened in this situation is this. The Level Up man says it best. Nobody is innocent here. Absolutely not. Nushin Faraji came into the FS1 world. She was probably a little bit green. Now, she's not naive, but I don't think she knew, or at least she pretended not to know what really goes on at these television studios, right? She starts working for Joy Taylor, and Joy Taylor, she was probably sort of a fangirl of Joy. Like, I can't believe I'm doing the makeup and hair for Joy Taylor. She's on TV, blah, 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 right? Well, that veneer was sliced off when she found out that Joy was fucking Charlie Dixon, right? For years and years and years, Faraji expressed concerns. Well, you better not do this, better not do that. Yet, at every turn, Joy Taylor was getting promotions. First was Undisputed with Skip and Shannon. Then it was Speak for Yourself. Then it was The Herd. And now she's back to Speak. Every time Nushin Faraji turned around, Joy Taylor was being rewarded for her promiscuity. But here's the difference. Joy Taylor was fucking the right people, right? Joy Taylor was she's fucking Charlie Dixon. Like, she knew what it was. She's like, oh, man, who do I have to fuck to get on TV around here? Oh, yeah, that guy. And of course, the reason she ended up on Speak for Yourself is because, well, she was fucking Emmanuel Acho, right? And it was actually a pretty good show between Acho and Shady and Joy. I don't know how I did that. Again, let's try it again. I can only do it. I can only do it when I don't want to do it. Anyway, So what ended up happening, she eventually succumbed, or succumbed, pun intended, to the advances of Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp didn't have to pay Faraji to fuck him. She fucked him because she wanted to. Shannon Sharp is he's a good-looking guy. He's chiseled, he's ripped. Women want him, men want to be him. This is kind of how that works. Well, Joy Taylor told her, I'm going to take you to the top. But guess what? Joy Taylor probably sort of broke ranks with Fagi when she found out that Fagi was fucking Shannon Sharp. She found out Fagi was fucking Shannon Sharp, and that's when she decided to cut loose. Then, of course, she starts talking shit about her, and eventually she is fired. That's what happened here, guys. Nushin Fagi attempted to do what Joy Taylor had done, and she was unsuccessful in her endeavor. Instead of getting promotions and getting on TV shows, Nushin Fagi was fired. And when women fuck a guy, when a woman gives her body to a man, but she doesn't get anything in return, there's got to be retribution. There has got to be retribution, guys. Women demand to get paid for their sexuality at all times, either directly or indirectly. Joy was paid for her sexuality. We knew that. She was fucking everybody at the goddamn company. Even though she had a husband back in Miami. Nushin dipped her toe in the water and she got burnt. She got burnt. Joy Taylor knew the game. Joy Taylor knew the game. Yeah, Jaiki says, Speak with Emmanuel Ocho was not a good show, but the facility is the exact same show without who? Joy. Absolutely. And the facility is a much, much better show. And the reason why it's a much better show is because Joy Taylor is no longer a part of it. Joy Taylor continues to get demotions, and now she's on Speak with Keyshawn and Paul Pierce, which nobody watches. Nobody watches. But the bottom line here, guys, is there might be some truth into what Nushin Fagi is talking about here in these lawsuits. But the bottom line is that Nushin Fagi saw that Joy, she's like, you know what? Joy's fucking all these guys, and at first I had kind of a problem with it, but she keeps getting promotions, right? Every time I turn around, she's getting on new TV shows. Let me see if I can do it. Nope, I fucked. So here's how she fucked it up. So she fucks Shannon Sharp, and she fucked up and she fucked up because then Skip Bayless found out about it. And as soon as Skip Bayless found out about it, that was all she wrote. That was all she wrote. And think about this. This man, dude, Skip Bayless wanted to fuck this woman so bad. He not only indirectly helped terminate her employment, he got Shannon Sharp up out of there too and blew up the whole show. Undisputed was taken down indirectly by a fucking makeup girl. Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. Undisputed was blown up because of one man's desire to fuck a makeup girl. That's what this is, y'all. That's what this is. She dipped her toe in the water. She tried to do what Joy Taylor did. Didn't quite work out for her. She ends up losing her job, and now she's mad. She's like, wait a minute, Joy Taylor got rewarded for fucking her way to the top, but I'm fired? No, baby. Joy simply played the game better than you did. That's what happened, and that's why she doesn't like Joy, because Joy got away with, she had gotten away with what she did. Nushin Fagi tried the same thing Joy Taylor did, and it didn't work out, and that's why we have a lawsuit. And like I said, I'm sure that there are some things in this lawsuit that are probably true. I do believe now, just given what we have seen on air, I do believe that Skip Bayless absolutely tried to fuck Nushin Fagi. 100%. He saw Shannon Sharp fucking all these FS hoes on FS1. All these hoes on FS1. And she wanted to try to do the same, and she wanted a piece of the action. Tisk, 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 tisk. Dave G with the $2 super chat says, I disagree. It was taken down by Skip being weak. You know what? I agree with that. It wasn't taken down directly by Fagi, right? But she was definitely the genesis. She was the cause. Skip Bayless being weak definitely caused it, but she was definitely the genesis. Dave G with the $5 super chats. Oh no, I've already read that. Yep. No, I agree with that to some degree, because if Skip Bayless weren't weak, then the show Undisputed would still be on. It would still be on the air. What happened was that Skip Bayless's ego was hurt. It was damaged. He wanted to compete sexually with Shannon Sharp, who was tapping he was tapping all these hoes' asses in the FS1 studio. And finally, he tapped the ass of the one woman The one woman that Skip Bayless had access to on a daily basis. And he didn't like it. He didn't like it. That's what it was. Matt says Skip has bad game. Dave G says simp Bayless. Yeah, look. I don't know. Honestly, man, I don't know if Skip... I don't know if... Obviously, this is bad game. Like, we know that. We know that, man. But at the end of the day, like, Skip is 70. Like, what's a young, virile, hot Iranian woman? What does she want with a 70-year-old guy when he got basically Super Nigga as his co-host? She knew what it was. She knew Shannon Sharp was a 3-time Super Bowl champion, one of the greatest tight ends to ever play the game. Skip, you're not going to compete with that. You're not going to compete with that. Sorry, you're not going to compete with that. And the fact that Skip Bayless allowed himself, this is unbelievable. Skip Bayless blew up his show and fucked everybody's money up over a woman. A makeup girl. This guy got jealous of his coworker who he's trying to compete with sexually over a makeup girl. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, dude. Some guy says, Fagi looked good, but damn, $1.5 million? I don't know about the $1.5 million. I don't know about all of that. You guys know how that goes. Let's see. Today is Tuesday. It's interesting. I always sort of lose track of, what days there are, especially when I travel. So now that we're into the new year, we're going to be again doing these shows much more consistently. I'm going to try to do a lot. I'm going to try to do podcasts like this a little more often, where it's like if there's a current event, then I'll come on and I'll talk about it, do a little bit of research, and then come on and talk about it. I'm going to try to continue to. I'm definitely going to continue to do the 1:30 the 10:30 Pacific, 1:30 Eastern podcast for sure. But I'm definitely going to start. And listen, if you guys have any ideas, for main events, current events, etc., hit me in the Discord, man. Hit me in the Discord, and we'll make it happen. I think one of the many reasons I think my channel has suffered and I have become irrelevant is because I don't really talk about relevant topics too much, right? And reaction channels, I've sort of, morphed into a reaction channel, which is fine. It is what it is. But I got to be able to, I absolutely have to be able to, I got to be able to talk more about current events, because I think all current events have red pill undertones. Like, this has red pill undertones. Clearly, there were jealousy, possession. What is it? Jesus Christ, pre-selection. All of the red pill elements. Red pill elements were all over this case, guys. Red pill elements were all over this case. This was a case, and it's interesting. And to really sum it up, the whole FS1 debacle, it can really be summed up in a few ways. Skip Bayless, okay? He was a man who wanted to have sex with a young, attractive woman who was more attracted to his co-host than she was to him, okay? Skip Bayless figured out very quickly that she was absolutely fucking Shannon Sharp. That fucked him all up. Skip Bayless had been probably trying for years to have sex with this woman, never could. Then he finds out that Shannon Sharp slid in there and fucked her for free without having to pay any money, and he lost his shit. He decides to blow everything up. He decides to go scorched earth. You know what? Fuck it. Everybody's going down. Everybody's going down. Skip Bayless committed career suicide on national TV over a woman. Let me repeat that. Skip Bayless committed career suicide on national TV over a woman. This man, dude, Skip Bayless has all these accomplishments, turned FS1 into a juggernaut. You've got a great show with a great co-host who is probably carrying the show, but you had to be there too. No, because you're feeling some type of way that a makeup girl is fucking your co-host, you want to take her down, you want to take Shannon Sharp down, and you know what? You said, damn the consequences. If I got to go down in flames along with it, then so be it. And that is exactly what he did. That is the Skip Bayless angle of this. The Joy Taylor angle, pretty simple. This bitch fucked her way to the top. Joy Taylor understood how the game was played. Jason Whitlock says that she has big cans and peanut butter skin. And listen, let's all keep it real. Joy Taylor's attractive. Joy Taylor knows she's attractive. And she flaunted her chesticles on TV all the time. That is, of course, to advertise to new suitors, which resulted ultimately in her getting with Emmanuel Acho. Joy Taylor, her angle in this is simple. She fucked her way to the top. She knew who to talk to, she knew who to fuck, she knew who not to fuck, etc., etc. That's how that goes. She was fucking Charlie Dixon because, well, Charlie Dixon's Charlie Dixon. She knows that Charlie Dixon pulls the strings. He's the vice president of content. Gotta fuck that guy. That's the Joy Taylor angle in this. Okay? Joy Taylor tried to position herself as this black woman who had to work twice as hard to get half as far. No, all you had to do was open your legs and, well, you got what you wanted. And it worked. It worked. There are countless attractive women who have fucked their way into industries. Joy Taylor is no different. He's absolutely no different. And finally, to Nushin Faraji. Nushin Faraji, again, very impressionable, right? She wasn't naive, but I think she was naive to the game. Because when she first learned that Joy Taylor was sleeping with Charlie Dixon, I believe she really was shocked. She's like, oh, wait a minute. Hold up. You mean this dude who was buying us drinks and food at this restaurant that you were flirting at, that guy's a big shot here? She was immediately, oh, wait a minute. She's like, Joy. And I believe she was really looking out for Joy because she really liked Joy. She said, Joy, like, I don't know if this is really the right thing for you to be doing. Joy Taylor told her, get over it. That's how the game is fucking played. Right? I don't think Nushin thought more or less of Joy Taylor. I think she was just kind of surprised how it all worked. And over the course of 5, 6, 7 years, she saw Joy Taylor moving up the hierarchical chain by sleeping around. And so finally, after all those years, being a woman's makeup girl, understanding what she did to get to where she was, she finally said, you know what? I think I want a piece of the action too. Who's that big black dude? What's that? Shannon Sharp? She probably looked them up. Oh, Shannon Sharp. Okay. All right. Three-time Super Bowl champion. Three-time Super Bowl champion. Hang on, guys. Sorry, guys. 3-time Super Bowl champion, right? Good-looking guy. All the ladies seem to like him. And, well, I kind of like him too. And I'm seeing that Joy Taylor, every time I turn around, Joy Taylor is getting a promotion. She's getting onto TV shows, and she's doing this by what? Sleeping around. She knew that she knows that Shannon Sharp, and it's interesting. Here's another interesting thing. She knew, and this is why she fucked Shannon and not Skip, for obvious reasons, the age and the body and all that good stuff. She knew that Shannon Sharp carried that show. She knew Shannon Sharp carried that show. She knew that it was Skip Bayless who needed Shannon Sharp and not the other way around. So she's like, you know what? I'm never going to be on TV, but I want to be the makeup girl for the biggest star. Shannon Sharp's the biggest star. And to make sure that I'm the makeup girl for Shannon Sharp, to kill two birds with one stone, I'm going to fuck Shannon Sharp. And you want to know why I'm going to fuck Shannon Sharp? Because my best friend for the better part of 6 years has gotten nothing but good things happening to her because of what she did. So Nushin decides to jump into bed with Shannon Sharp, and it completely blew up in her face. Skip Bayless is feeling some type of way. He's accusing her of fucking Shannon Sharp. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. And so finally, Shannon Sharp went up the chain. Charlie Dixon fired her. And that's why she is suing. She is suing Fox Sports 1 because she attempted to do what Joy Taylor successfully did, but she was unsuccessful at it. Joy Taylor successfully fucked her way to the top. Nushin Faraji tried to fuck her way to the top and was taken down. And that is what this lawsuit is for. Nushin Faraji is suing for what she believes is rightfully hers. She believes it is her right. If Joy Taylor can get rewarded for fucking these dudes, then so should I. Then so should I. That is the FS1 scandal in a nutshell. Nobody is innocent in this situation, guys. I'm here to tell you. Nobody is innocent. Nushin Faraji, the only reason why she wants to be the innocent one is because she's the brokest of everybody. Joy Taylor's made her money. Shannon Sharp's made his money. Charlie Dixon's made his money. Manuel Acho, he's made his money. Skip Bayless made his money. No. She attempted to do what Joy Taylor successfully did, and she stubbed her toe. And now she wants payback. Scott B says, let's be 100% honest here. Joy is much hotter of the two. It is no contest. You know, we don't really have many pictures of her, guys. We don't really have many. Wait a minute. Hold on. I just had the thing up. Oh, here we go. There are not too many pictures, and I'll be honest with you. Nushin Faraji looks very similar to a porn star. To one of my favorite porn. Like back when I had a porn addiction, guys. Oh boy, it was bad. Back when I had a porn addiction, there is a porn star by the name of Madison Ivy. She looks like Madison Ivy in this picture. Right? Yeah, she looks like Madison Ivy in this picture. So but there aren't too many pictures of her. Like we know exactly what Joy Taylor looks like. We see her every day on TV, right? Like we see her every day on TV. Joy is clearly attractive. Whether or not she's more attractive than Nushin Faraji remains to be seen. But I do know this: everybody wanted to fuck her. Everybody wanted to fuck this chick, and the reason why they wanted to fuck this chick is because she looks good. That's the bottom line. Broman says, nah, the other chick looks better. You know what? Let me put this in, let me do a poll. Who looks better? Joy or Nushin? I'm going to give you guys 1 minute to cast your votes. I'm gonna give you 1 minute to cast your votes. Yeah, you know, Keith Cade says if you like bug-faced women, to me there aren't enough pictures to really justify it. So I want to let you guys vote. I'm gonna open my window here. Because it's getting a little warm in here. Oh, wait a minute. And there is no right or wrong answer here, guys. At this point, Optimix Realizer says, where is the poll? I don't find it on Discord. No, it's on YouTube. Yeah, you know what? Maybe Joy does look better than Nushin, but there just aren't enough pictures of her. Because Joy looks good. Like, I mean, dude, I'd tap it. I'd tap that ass. That's an interesting picture. See, pictures like this is what tells you, oh, come on. Jesus Christ. Fine. Oh, whatever. Never mind. Fucking, dude, I hate these kinds of websites. Jesus fuck. Yeah, there are not enough pictures of Nushin Faraji. Here's some heavily. Yeah, see, these are some. See, these are some, I don't know about that. You see, I mean, dude, that's just all filters. That's all filters. That, of course, is Joy Taylor. No, I don't believe that's Nushin Faraji. That's somebody else. I don't know. All right, let me close up the poll. Looks like Joy is squarely in the lead. Molten Mage Gaming says, I wish someone knew her Instagram. Yeah. Her Instagram is she's probably hidden her Instagram at this point. That's definitely not her. You know what? I don't know. Let's see if we can find her. Holy shit, it's still up. Oh, well, here we go. Hairstylist. Yeah, this is her. Okay. All right, we now have the Instagram check. Let's, now, a lot of these pictures, I assume, are going to be of her clients as well. But here we are. So this is her. Yeah, she's, okay, she looks attractive. She looks attractive here. Oh, look at this. Flying on a private plane. Now, again, she's on a private jet because she probably has high-priced clients, right? Jaymont says, I agree. I prefer Taylor Rooks. Dude, Taylor Rooks is dude, she's a goddamn smoke show. Yeah, not too many pictures of her. Oh, no, that's Jessica Hull. Yeah, she doesn't post many pictures of herself. Here's Rachel Nichols. Of course she did Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols, who is never seen without hopes, which means you know she fucks niggas. Read Jimmy Butler. Oh, well, look who this is. Is this Christine? Oh, Ashley Brewer. Yep, that's Ashley Brewer. Ashley Brewer is another smoke show. Boy, she really did a lot. Whoa, like Rachel. Whoa, okay. Rachel Nichols all day long. Is that Shakira? I bet you the middle looks like, no, that's Nushin. Nushin is the girl. Looks like Nushin is the girl in the middle. Somebody in the chat says Wheezy Smash. Yeah, he probably did. Yep. Ah, here she is. Here she is doing hair and makeup for Michael Irvin. Yeah. Oh yes. Look at how she's dressed. Yeah, you can tell. It was a pleasure working with Michael Irvin. Da 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 da. Yeah, I'm sure it was. Yeah, this bitch knew what was up, man. Ah, and here she is with, I think, David Beckham. So there she is with David Beckham. She looks okay here. She looks all right. Boy, she has a lot like Rachel Nichols. Oh, look at this. So there's Nushin right. That looks like there's Nushin right there. There's Shady McCoy. There's Emmanuel Acho. There's Joy Taylor, of course. Oh, no. Nushin looks like she had some cakes. Nushin's got cakes, though. There, of course, is Joy Taylor. Jesus Christ, she is such a hoe, man. What a fucking hoe. Everybody's fucking Joy Taylor. There, of course, is Oscar De La Hoya. Yep, there she... Oh, there we go. Do you see pictures like this, guys? You see that right there? You see that right there? This right here is what shows you that she is not innocent in this. This is Nushin Faraji. She's trying to position herself as this victim of a toxic work culture. It looks like you were involved in that work culture as well. Trying to position herself as this harmless, I can't believe it. No, like look, we can almost see her tits. Like we can almost see her full tits. This is why guys wanted to fuck you. Ay. There, of course, is her with, looks like Mark Anthony. Yeah, Mark Anthony. Dude, who is this? Jesus. Yep, Jenny Taft. Yep, there's Oscar De La Hoya and his lady. Who is this chick? God damn. Dude, Oscar De La Hoya got some baddies. Here, of course, is the Undisputed page with Jenny Taft. Yeah, man. Joy Taylor. One thing that I will say about Nushin Faraji is she's very smart not to take down her Instagram page. Because right now, more people know who she is than have ever really known. Fucking Joy Taylor, what a fraud. That's James Harrison. That's fucking James Harrison. Look at this shit. Fucking James Harrison. That nigga's crazy. There is, oh boy. What wins and losses aren't telling you about Carson Wentz. Oh boy, I don't want to hear that. This was when Joy Taylor, of course, was doing the herd. This, of course, is a show that actually thinks that we give a fuck about the female sports opinion, and we don't. Oh, look at this. This is her with Abby Wambach. And guys, I have an eidetic memory. Like, I remember everything, so that's how I'm able to recognize these people. Yeah, very, very smart of her to keep her Instagram up. Here's another picture of her. Yeah, she uses too many filters. She probably has issues. This is the first man who made the egregious mistake of marrying Joy Taylor. He married Joy Taylor. Joy Taylor ends up fucking somebody else. I wonder what Jason Taylor thinks. Yep, there's Colin. Yep. Yeah, guys, yeah, this is just, again, this is just one of those cases, man. This is one of those cases that it's got red pill undertones all through it. And I don't know. I think it's only a matter of time, but before Joy Taylor is up out of FS1, because because here's the thing. I remember Devin. I was actually talking with this about Devin yesterday. And she says that Joy Taylor this lawsuit essentially freed Charlie Dixon. And I'm like, well, why is that? Well, because now everybody knows that Dixon was in a consensual sexual relationship with Joy Taylor. And so because of that, she no longer has leverage over him. She can't go out and say, well, he forced himself on me. We now know that he did not do it. We know that he did not force himself on her. That is going to do it for this episode of, I guess, TSR Live. If something else comes up that is of note for anyone to talk about, you guys will see me. Take care, guys. We'll see you next time.